Have you ever pondered about the moral compass that guides your decisions? How do we define what is good and bad in our contemporary world? In the grand theatre of life, we all play our parts, guided by an invisible director, our ethics. These principles, often unspoken, shape our actions, steer our decisions, and form the very core of our character. They are the silent whispers in our ears when we stand at the crossroads of choices, nudging us towards what we believe is just and fair. But where do these principles come from? How do we discern the virtuous from the vile? This question takes us into the realm of virtue ethics, a philosophical perspective that places moral character at the heart of ethical thinking. Now, imagine a philosopher with a twinkle in his eye and wisdom in his heart. No, not Dumbledore, but someone from a time long before, when parchment and quill were the tools of the trade. Enter Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher whose ideas have shaped Western philosophy and continue to influence our understanding of ethics today. Aristotle proposed a fascinating concept: virtue ethics. He argued that virtues, those admirable qualities we aspire to possess, are not just inherent traits but skills that can be cultivated. Virtue, for Aristotle, was not merely about doing the right thing, but about becoming the right kind of person. But wait, you might be thinking, I'm not a philosopher nor a Greek scholar. Why should Aristotle's virtue ethics matter to me? Well, here's the thing. Our world today, much like Aristotle's, is complex, often challenging our moral compass. In such times, Aristotle's virtue ethics provides a lens to view our actions, helping us understand and navigate our ethical dilemmas. It's not just about deciding what's right or wrong in a specific situation. It's about developing a character that instinctively knows the virtuous path. It's about becoming a person of integrity, kindness, courage, and wisdom. The kind of person who not just does good, but is good. We are about to embark on a journey back in time, to the era of Aristotle, to explore his profound concept of virtue ethics. Let's travel back to ancient Greece, to the mind of the great philosopher Aristotle. Imagine you're in a bustling marketplace, the aroma of fresh olives and spices wafting through the air. Here, the concept of virtue ethics was born. Now, don't let the term virtue ethics bewilder you. It's not as complicated as it sounds. In fact, it's pretty straightforward. Aristotle believed that our moral virtues, or our character traits, determine our moral behavior. He thought these virtues were not innate, but rather habits we acquire through practice. Think of it as learning to play a musical instrument. You don't wake up one day, and voila, you're a virtuoso pianist. It takes time, practice, and a lot of wrong notes. But what exactly are these virtues? Well, they can be anything from courage and honesty to generosity and temperance. And here's where Aristotle's idea of the golden mean comes in. According to him, every virtue lies between two vices, one of excess and one of deficiency. For instance, courage is the mean between recklessness and cowardice. Now, I can't help but think, if Aristotle had a sweet tooth like me, he'd say, moderation in all things, including dessert. But alas, his idea of the golden mean would be a bit of a bummer for all the dessert lovers out there. Remember, it's not about abstaining, but about finding that sweet spot of moderation, pun intended. So what does all this mean? In practical terms, it means that to be virtuous, we need to practice these virtues until they become our second nature. It's not about following a set of rigid rules or regulations, but about developing good habits and finding a balance in our actions. To sum up, Aristotle's virtue ethics is about becoming the best version of ourselves, one virtuous habit at a time. It's about finding the golden mean in our actions, not too much, not too little, just right. So, Aristotle's virtue ethics is not about rigid rules, but about finding a balance and cultivating good habits. Now that we've unwrapped Aristotle's virtue ethics, let's bring it back to our contemporary world. How can cultivating virtues contribute to our personal and professional success? Well, imagine yourself as a garden. The virtues you cultivate are the seeds you sow. With proper care and attention, these seeds grow into a flourishing landscape of personal growth and professional success. Let's consider honesty, a virtue that, when practiced consistently, can build a reputation of trustworthiness. In a professional setting, this could mean maintaining transparency with your team about project progress, or being upfront with your clients about potential challenges. This fosters an environment of trust and integrity, helping you to build strong professional relationships. Then we have courage, often mistaken as fearlessness. But courage is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to act despite fear. Taking calculated risks, standing up for what's right, and stepping out of your comfort zone. These are all acts of courage that can lead to personal growth and professional advancement. Generosity, another virtue, is not just about giving money or material things. It's about being generous with your time, your knowledge, your skills. Sharing your expertise with your team, mentoring a junior colleague, or volunteering in your community. These acts of generosity can enrich your personal life and enhance your professional standing. Now, patience. A virtue we all need, especially when dealing with slow internet. It's like waiting for a snail to finish a marathon. But on a serious note, patience is the power to withstand difficult circumstances, to endure without complaint. In today's fast-paced world, patience can be your anchor, helping you stay calm and composed in the face of adversity. Remember, virtues are not just abstract concepts. They are practical habits that, when cultivated, can lead to a fulfilling life. They are the tools that can help you navigate the complex labyrinth of life, both personally and professionally. Cultivating virtues can be a stepping stone to achieving not just professional success, but also personal contentment. Before we wrap up, let's summarize what we've learned today. We dove into the depths of Aristotle's virtue ethics, unwrapping the profound wisdom of an ancient philosopher for the modern era. We discovered that virtues such as courage, temperance, and justice are not inborn traits, but habits that can be cultivated over time. In the contemporary world, these virtues are not just relics of the past, but pertinent tools for personal and professional success. Courage helps us face challenges head-on. Temperance allows us to maintain balance in a world of excess. Justice guides our interactions, ensuring fairness and respect for all. Aristotle's virtue ethics is not just about following rules, but about becoming the best version of ourselves. It's about cultivating virtues as habits, fostering a life of fulfillment and success. And if you think about it, it's not so different from going to the gym regularly, but for your character instead. Remember, as Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking content like this. Thank you for watching.